So another free winner in baseball last night as the Tigers hammered Tampa, and a free play coming your way in just a moment for your Saturday night card. I have to apologize in advance for the picture quality today. It's not exactly right. Just picked up a new laptop, just installed the camera software. What an effing nightmare. It'll take me hours to figure out where I want the brightness, where I want the contrast, what I want for the hue of my skin. Definitely a bad idea to wear a yellow tie on a day like today. Have to readjust the lighting. These are the little things that you don't realize going to do a video report, and it's all a pain in the ass. Hey, listen, before I get to the free pick, yesterday I will acknowledge that when I was talking about the craziness that is the NBA free agency period, it's not even 36 hours old, and I was definitely critical of Chandler Parsons yesterday. I mentioned his 19 knee surgeries. I mentioned the fact that he had tentatively or reportedly agreed to a max contract with the Portland Trail Blazers, and I thought the Portland Trail Blazers were crazy. But listen, I've got to retract everything I said, because now, you saw last night, he actually agreed to a max contract with the Memphis Grizzlies. I don't know what the hell the Memphis Grizzlies are thinking about. I mean, this guy has been a bust. Past 2 years with the Dallas Mavericks, knees haven't held up. I mean, his biggest contribution was going out and supposedly bringing DeAndre Jordan to the Mavs, and you saw all that worked out, huh? So he goes to the Grizzlies, who, of course, also give buco bucks to Mike Conley, a guy I understand he's the best point guard out there in this year's free agent class, but he's not an exceptional point guard. I don't even understand what the Memphis Grizzlies are going to do with that lineup right now. But let me just once again say, the Portland Trail Blazers, you may have gotten yourself off the hook for about 2.5 seconds by having Chandler Parsons spurn you, and instead you waste all that money and you sign Evan Turner. Evan Turner. What a bust Evan Turner has been. But this is the new reality of the NBA. You get big bucks when you're Evan Turner. Listen, I don't understand again what the LA Lakers are doing. First, they go out and get Timothy Mozgov, give him big money, a guy who I don't see where he's going to be running up and down the floor. And then they go and sign supposedly Luol Deng. That's the report here right before I started the video report, to a 4-year, $72 million deal. I don't get that one either. I don't see where he fits into this team. The Utah Jazz go out and get Joe Johnson. Joe Johnson was washed up a few years ago, but I don't think anybody recognized it. Now, let's talk about some of the good deals. Hey, Dwight Howard. He's going to be loved in Atlanta. It's his hometown. He's going to be loved. But listen, the Atlanta Hawks are one of those teams that, year after year, they're going to be okay. They're going to get to the first round, maybe even the second round of the playoffs, and then they're going home, because they have no chance in past years of winning the NBA championship just because of the way the team was constructed. So this year, Jeff Teague is jettisoned in the deal that sent him through a 3-team trade to the Indiana Pacers, which means Dennis, is it Schroeder? I always get a Schroeder. Schroeder, I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Who the hell cares? So they're turning over the keys to the engine to him at the point guard position. He's not a very good shooter, but he'll definitely accelerate the pace for them. They go out and they get Dwight Howard yesterday, and he signs a 3-year contract with them. That's a good move. I'm surprised a lot of people are bad-mouthing the move. He is not the Dwight Howard that he was years ago with the Orlando Magic, but you give me Dwight Howard as opposed to Al Horford, a guy who I've always thought is overrated, and you put him in that lineup with Paul Millsap, and then they, of course, spent the money to re-sign Kent Bazemore. The Hawks, not bad. And I love their draft picks as well. I think the Hawks actually improved themselves here. Now, of course, the big rumor is that Al Horford is going to be ending up with the Boston Celtics. And the Boston Celtics are a team that are constructed with a bunch of nice players, a bunch of guys that are good. None of the guys that are great. You think Isaiah Thomas is great because he's shorter than me and he can score 30 points on any given night? Hey, God bless you. I think he's a very good player. He ain't great. He ain't Steph Curry, okay? So if the Celtics, who had also been interested in Dwight Howard, end up with Al Horford, okay, he's another nice player. And that's another reason that team might win 45 to 48 games. I don't know. Championship aspirations? Don't think so. But anyway, hey, NBA, I just love this part. I mean, with the new higher range of the salary cap, and of course with league rules mandating that teams have to spend like 90% of their cap anyway, you can't be running a bargain basement team like so many baseball clubs do with these low payrolls. You've got to spend the money. Guys that don't deserve the money are getting the big money. Whew. When I was a kid, everybody used to say, hey, you want to have a career in sports, be a left-handed reliever. Nowadays, you just got to shoot the rock. And I mean, that's probably worth like Evan Turner money for most of you out there. Anyway, let's get to the complimentary play. And God, I'm looking at the video picture here and I'm thinking, yellow tie without your camera adjusted, really big mistake. Big mistake. I'm going to go with the Dodgers on the run line tonight at home against Colorado. Dodgers won last night with Bud Norris making his debut for L.A. They won that game 5-0. That's L.A.'s second straight win. They've won 4 of their last 5. They've scored 24 runs in the 4 wins. And, of course, in the lone loss, they were shut out. Tonight, Scott Kazmir is going for the Dodgers against Chad Bettis of the Rockies. Rockies have won his last 4 starts. Now, that's the good news if you're a Colorado fan. But then you delve a little deeper into the numbers, and you see in those 4 starts, he's worked a total of 20 innings. And in those 20 innings, he has given up 34 hits and 19 runs. The only reason they won those games, obviously, is because Colorado put a hell of a lot of runs on the board. Listen, the bottom line with Chad Bettis is his earned run average on the road is 5.23. That's just a shade better than it is on the season at 5.84. And in 89 and a third innings pitch here this season, he's allowed 115 hits. And he's also walked 23 batters. Okay, 23 batters walked in 89 innings. Not horrible, not good. But when you add those two numbers up, 115 hits, 23 walks, that's a hell of a lot of base runners. And that's why your earned run average is near 6 on the season. So I'll go with the Dodgers in this particular spot here tonight. On the run line, you're probably making them a $1.15 dog in this particular spot. That'll do it, guys. I wish you well, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow when we do this one more time.